Bert Healy. And good evening, Oliver Warbucks. Nice of you to drop by.
Thank you, Bert Healy.
So, Oliver Warbucks, is there something you'd like to tell the folks at home about little Annie here?
Yes, we're conducting a coast-to-coast nationwide search for Annie's parents, offering a certified $50,000 check to anyone who can prove they're Annie's parents.
Wow! So, Annie's parents, if you're listening in, write to Oliver Warbucks, care of this station. Thank you, Oliver Warbucks. Thank you. Well, I see by the old clock on that wall, another one of our Thursday night get-togethers has gone by faster than you can say August didn't. Yes, this is your old softie, Mrs. Healy's boy, Bert, saying until next week, same time, same station. Good night.
Radio. Me too.
Who wants to be on the dull radio?
I do. So for all the Alex Smiles family, this is Bert Healy saying, hey, Hobbleman, hey, Dumperton, you both got your style, but brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Your clothes may be bow rumbly, they stand out a mile, but brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Who cares what the bells ring on Main Street or Savile Row? It's what you wear from ear to ear, and not from head to toe, that matters. So Scanner, so long for a while. Remember, you're never fully dressed. Though you may wear your best, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Smile, 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 Brian, smile.
Do I hear happiness?
Oh, Miss Hannigan.
What are you doing up?
Annie was on the radio.
Yeah, I heard it. Next thing she'll be in a musical. Now get to bed.
Yes, Miss Hannigan.
$50,000 report. 50,000. What I wouldn't do with $50,000.
Excuse us, ma'am. Are you the lady that runs this here orphanage?
Yeah, what do you want?
Ma'am, was she working here 11 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, we had terrible troubles back then and had to leave our baby here, front stoop. Our little girl. Annie.
Hold up. You're Annie's parents. I don't believe this. Where'd you guys say you're from again?
A little farm up in Canada. They got lots of chickens, ducks, geese, and roosters. Got you, sis.
Rooster! I would have never known it was you in 100 years.
Fooled you, Aggie. And we're gonna fool ducks too.
Get ourselves 50,000 big ones.
But we need your help, sis, for details about Annie that can help us pull this thing off.
Huh. What's in it for me?
Three-way split.
Half.
Half, half. Okay, 25 grand each. But we gotta do it fast. Get the money, get the kids. disappears. For good. We get the money, we blow this crummy town, and then we'll meet ya.
Where? Oh, yeah.
Easy Street, Easy Street, and yes, sir, yeah. Easy Well, Miss Phil?
I'm sorry, Annie. I've interviewed thousands of people. They're all liars and fakes.
Aw, gee.
Are you certain?
Yes, sir. None of them knew about the locket. I'm so sorry.
I was sure somebody was going to be my mother and father. Mr. Warbucks, this has just come from the FBI.
Finally! Agent Gunderson located the manufacturer of Annie's locket in Utica, New York.
Oh, boy!
Over 90,000 remain sold.
Aw, gee.
Annie, I'm afraid the FBI doesn't think there's a chance in a million of finding your parents through the locket.
That's okay. You did your best. Anyways, I guess a kid could get along without folks. You didn't turn out so bad.
Grace,
Yes?
do you have those legal papers I gave you?
Right here.
Annie, I want to adopt you.
Adopt me?
Yes or no?
If I can have my real mother and father, there isn't anyone in the whole world I'd rather have for a father than you, Mr. Warbucks.
Annie, this isn't just going to be an adoption, it's going to be a celebration. And you can have anyone in the world you'd like to come to it. Who would you like?
Well, I guess I'd like Miss Hale here, and Mr. Drake, and Miss Pugh, and well, everyone here.
Drake,
Yes, sir?
tell the staff to get spiffed up. They're going to be guests at Annie's adoption party.
Yes, sir. Oh, and the kids.
Well, it'll be way past the bedtime, but I'll tell you what. We'll have everyone from the orphanage down here for a big Christmas party.
Miss Hannigan, too?
Why not? Annie, I'm the luckiest man in the world.
And I'm the luckiest kid.
Together at last, together forever. We're tying our knots, they never get severed. I don't need sunshine now to turn my skies to blue. I don't need anything but you.
Yesterday was plain awful.
You can say that again.
Yesterday was plain awful. Not now.
That's it.
I'm boys on mouse.
I'm richer than Midas, but nothing on earth could ever divide us. And if tomorrow
Purple summer dew.
I don't need anything,
Anything, anything.
I don't need
Shirley, look. There's Aunt Annie.
Who are you?
Honey, for your mom and dad. Mudge is the name. Ralph Mudge. And this here's my wife, Shirley. And you're Annie Mudge.
Annie much.
We loved you, Annie. But we have to leave you behind. We've seen plenty of people who. I expect you've been wanting Christmas for the art. Here's our driver's license and Annie's birth certificate. Baby girl named Anne 28th. That's my birthday.
Ralph, look! Annie's wearing the locket.
When we left Annie here at the orphanage, we left half a silver locket around her neck and kept the other half. Yes, it fits perfectly.
Oh, thank God, Ralph. She's our Annie.
Oh, Mr. Munch, what about the money?
Well, we ain't got much, but we'd be glad to give you whatever.
You haven't heard that I've offered a certified check for $50,000 to anyone who can prove they're Annie's parents?
No, sir. Anyway, we don't need no money.
On the other hand, Ralph, remember that new pig farm out in New Jersey? For $50,000, we could afford to bring Annie up right in the country.
Would you mind if Annie stayed here until tomorrow, Christmas? And then you could pick her up and the check.
Whatever you prefer, sir.
Bye, Annie, love.
Until tomorrow morning, honey, and you'll be spending the rest of your life with us. Oops, hi, Kitty.
Oh,
Well, this is...
wonderful news.
Yes, just think. New Jersey.
Drink
Yes, sir?
champagne. We must celebrate because we've just had the most wonderful news in the world. Annie's found her parents. I propose a toast to Annie Mudge.
To Annie Mudge. Annie!
I've lost her. I've lost Annie.
Sir, I have the strongest feeling I've seen Mr. Mudge before, and that isn't who he says he is.
Then we won't give her up till we're certain.
But how?
I'll go straight to the top. Straight to the President of the United States if I have to, even if he's a Democrat.
Silly to cry, nothing to feel. Betcha where they live is nice as right here. Betcha my life is gonna be swell. Looking down, it's easy to tell. And maybe I'll forget how nice he was to me, and how I was almost his baby. Merry Christmas, Mr. Walnuts, Miss Fail.
You're up early.
You're up early too.
Dear, we have FBI men coming and going. And did you know that the President of the United States is here?
Really?
Mr. President.
Merry Christmas, President Roosevelt.
Merry Christmas, Annie. Annie, this morning, the guy Rector, Hoover, telephoned me with some very sad news. Succeeded in tracing the identity of her parents.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Mudge.
No, dear. David and Margaret Bennett.
But
Annie.
Annie, my mother and father passed away a long time ago.
I mean, I'm an orphan after all.
Are you alright, Annie?
Yes, because I know they love me, and they were coming back to me. If they weren't,
I love you, Annie Bennett.
and I love you too. Now who the heck are Ralph and Shirley Mudge?
Howdy, girl. Who the heck are Ralph and Shirley Mudge?
The birth certificate could have easily been forged, but nobody knew at the locket except us.
And the FBI, of course.
And Miss Hannigan.
And Miss Hannigan.
Miss Hannigan, sir, and the children from the orphanage. Hi,
delighted to meet you.
Oh, same here. I'd know you anywhere.
Miss Hannigan, allow me to introduce you to everyone. Here's my secretary, Miss Farrell, and the President of the United States. And here's my butler, Jake.
Hey, look! Hey, look, kids! There's presents for all of us!
Mr. Warbucks, this has just come from the FBI.
How it all fits together.
Mr. and Mrs.
Good morning! Merry Christmas, one and all.
Merry Christmas.
Well, we don't mean to bother you on Christmas and all, but we just come to pick up Annie and the check.
Ah, yes, the check. Certified $50,000.
Ah, yes, certified. Paid to the order of. The jig is up!
Yes, the jig is up. Daniel Francis Hannigan, also known as...
Brewster Hannigan, also known as Ralph Mudge, also known as Denny the Dick.
Then, oh, yes, sir.
Bells with boughs of holly, la 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 la.
And I believe this woman is their accomplice. La 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 la.
Destiny! I haven't met these people since yesterday!
Ah, come off it, Aggie.
Annie, tell them how nice and how kind I always was to you.
Gee, I'm sorry, Miss Hannigan. What's the one thing you always taught me? Never tell a lie.
Brat!
Your days are numbered. Miss Hannigan is gone for good.
Yay!
And you won't have to work anymore.
Yay!
Instead, you'll have teachers in classrooms.
Yay!
That's for you, or perhaps for all of us. This Christmas is going to be the beginning of a wonderful new life. A new deal. Hey, I like that. A new deal.
So do I, Franklin. I love you, Annie.
I love you too, Daddy Warbucks.